Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Financially Fearless podcast. I am your host, Shannon. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello, YouTube. This is my channel, Shannon DePalma Co., where I help business women get wealthy through financial management and money mindset work. So today I'm talking about the number one skill I created that truly changed my finances and changed the way that I build wealth. When I've gone into money management before, when I've gone into wanting to build wealth, I realized that looking back now, there was this huge focus on making more money and making more money. And while I think making more money is a skill some people need to build upon, there comes a point when all of a sudden you realize that skill alone is not enough to actually start building wealth and changing your financial future. So I started to realize that as I was hitting my 6-figure year and I wasn't saving money and I wasn't paying off debt. And I was very confused how I ended the biggest year I've ever had, where I made the most money I've ever made in my entire life. And I still had $25,000 of credit card debt. I had no savings and I was still living client payment to client payment. And it was because I was missing this one skill. I think that before I even say the skill, I have to go in and kind of say that if you are someone who thinks you know how to manage money and think you can pay off debt and you think you can save money, but you've never taken the time to invest in it, whether that's investing your time, watching videos like this that talk about finance and talk about managing money, or it's investing your money into programs where you learn about how to manage money, then you don't know what you don't know. I truly thought, I was spending so much of my time and energy of that year where I made a whole bunch of money and then didn't have anything to show for it. I was investing a lot of time and a lot of money into the skill of building money, which isn't bad. But I got to this point where I had the skill and I was using the skill to make more money, but I didn't have this one thing, which meant that it didn't matter how much money I made because I didn't have the skill I needed in order to actually change my financial future. So what I mean by this is I just didn't know how to manage money. I didn't know how to manage money. I didn't know how to pay off debt. I didn't have the skill, right? So the one skill that truly changed everything though for me was learning how to save money. So before I came into this big year making a whole bunch of money, I was absolutely awful at saving money. I always spent to $0 every single time, no matter, even that year proved to me, right? No matter, I thought I could make more money and I would then automatically know the skill of saving money and paying off debt and building wealth, but I didn't. I learned the skill of making more money. But because I didn't have the skill specifically of saving money, that's why I wasn't able to do any of those other things. So when it comes to saving money, it is a skill that you learn, just like how you have learned the skill of making more money in your business, just like how you have learned the skill of marketing, just like how you have learned the skill of sales, just like how you have learned the skill of creating a program, right? Just how you have learned the skill of customer service. There's so much you have learned in building a business that your finances aren't this thing that you can kind of just wing again. It's this thing that you have to invest time or money into in order to learn and to make sure you capture that wealth and then use that wealth to build more. But I'm going to speak specifically about saving money, because I think so many people skip over this step. When I was in that 6-figure year, I was so focused on paying off debt. And I thought I knew how to pay off debt. Oh, you just throw your extra money that you get, your income minus your expenses equals the money that can go to debt, right? And I thought I knew it. I thought I had all the answers, but I didn't, because I got back into debt. So if you know that cycle of getting into and out of debt, then maybe you haven't learned the skill of saving money either, because saving money and building that habit and that skill actually comes before paying off debt. The thing is, if you don't learn the habit and the skill of saving money, you eventually will get yourself back into debt. if you're in that cycle. Because what's happening is you aren't utilizing the skill, or you haven't learned the skill of saving. So you have to always constantly be pulling out a credit card in order to pay for things that your savings could have paid for. So when I kept getting into and out of credit card debt, it was because I wasn't saving money. And I didn't learn how to save money. And I didn't understand how to save money. And I didn't know how to look at my money and see that there was actually money there that I could save. But because I was looking at my money in this regular old-fashioned way of income minus expenses equals savings, instead of looking at it at this way. Now, listen to this one very closely. Instead of going the old route, which may be the route you're taking right now, your income minus your expenses equals savings or debt payoff, right? Now, for this example, I'm definitely going to say do savings before you do a debt payoff. Instead, think about it this way. What if your income minus your savings equals your expenses? And how could that happen? How could that fit in your life? So many people look at the question of how can I save money? How can I pay off debt? And the things they go to are, how could I increase my income? So they question their income. Maybe even they question their goal of paying off a certain amount of debt that month or saving a certain amount. So they're going to change the goal. They're going to change the amount they save. They're going to change the amount of they're going to put to their debt. Or they're going to question their income. My income isn't enough. My income isn't enough. And I was constantly in that loop in my 6-figure year of just, I can't hit my financial goals. Let me question my income. Ooh, yep, that amount of money, even though it's the most I've ever made in a month and in a year, it's still not enough. I just need more. I just need more. But you could look at it from a different angle, which is instead, I'm going to question my expenses. I'm going to question whether I need to pay for that subscription maybe, or I'm going to question if I want my money to go to that place it's been going to. Do I want it to go to buying a new pair of shoes, or do I want it to go to savings? And it's not cutting expenses here. That's not what we're doing. What we're doing is we're just moving money around. So if you say it's important for you to pay off debt and you say it's important for you to save money, well, then stop putting it to places that don't really bring you any value or they aren't of high priority. Move the money around. We're not cutting expenses here. We're just moving money around. But my point here is to get you to question the expenses. Don't question the income and don't question your goal. How do we make our income minus our savings goal equal our expenses? And if you looked at your money that way, what changes? How fast do you save money? How fast do you pay off debt when instead you look at it that way? And that was a skill. That was part of the skill that I learned of saving money, was looking at my money differently. Because for so long, I'd come to it with the same mindset, right? Of income minus expenses equals whatever money's left over to save. And I wasn't saving money doing it that way because I kept my expenses increasing. I just kept increasing them every single month as I was making more money because my income went up, so my expenses can go up. And instead, it left me with not a lot of money to pay off debt or to save money. But once I learned the skill of saving money, that's when I was able to not only pay off debt, but I was able to stay out of debt. I was also able to learn the skill of discipline. I was able to put reward off, right? I was able to really manage that of I have this goal I want to hit. My rewards are going to have to wait a little bit. I was able to learn so many other different character building things that made me a better businesswoman because I learned how to save. I no longer was constantly in this fight or flight mode that I got into, every single month, trying to make each launch work, trying to sign clients and constantly feeling like I was in this, panic place with money, even though I was making more than I've ever been. I was able to calm my nervous system down because I had built up a savings account that allowed me then to not only make frantic, money decisions. I was able to make these calm, confident money decisions because I had savings. If you don't know how to save, if you've never saved in your life, trust me, I know what that feels like. If you constantly are saying, I need to increase my income before I can save more money, I'm going to put a disclaimer here. That's true for some people. But if you were like me, you're making over 6 figures, multiple 6 figures in your business, I think we could make it happen with the money you have coming in. You need to learn how to save money, and it's a skill. Just like all the other skills you've learned in business. You've learned how to market, you've learned how to sell, you've learned customer service, you've learned how to use tech stacks, right? You've learned how to use so many different things. So saving is just this skill, and it is the most important skill because you've been making a lot of money. You deserve to save some of that and learn how to build wealth. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in live. I have my free money saving course. It's $27. I'm calling it the Money Buffer mini course, where I show you how to create 1 month of savings in just 6 bite-sized lessons. They're little shifts like this. It takes only 26 minutes to finish this course. You can finish it very quickly. The videos are all quick. You can do 1 lesson a day. That's 2 or 3 minutes. And in 6 days, you will have learned the skill of saving money and actually change your financial future. Not just make more, but save more. And that'll be the thing that's going to keep you out of debt. That's going to be the thing that will help you sleeping peacefully at night. This will be the thing you'll be able to say, it's all right. The client payment didn't go through this month. I'm cool. I'm good. And I'll show you how to do that in my $27 Money Buffer mini course. All right, guys, hope to see you in the course. Have a wonderful day.